Hey everybody, it's Michelle with Florida Keys Birding, and today we're going to be talking about the Eastern Wood-Pewee. So the Eastern Wood-Pewee is a small migratory bird species that belongs to the tyrant flycatcher family. If you watched last week's video about the scissor-tailed flycatcher, you would know that it is also in the tyrant flycatcher family, and we talked about why they call them tyrants. So if you want to know, go back and watch the video from last week on the scissor-tailed flycatcher. But this week's flycatcher is a very small one, a little bit different, definitely doesn't have a long tail like the scissor-tailed does, but we're going to talk about a few facts about this bird so you can learn some information and learn about migration and a couple of other things about this bird. So let's start with migration. They're actually found in eastern North America during the breeding season, and they migrate to South and Central America for the winter. Their migration patterns typically follow the eastern half of North America. They will breed in deciduous and mixed forests, often near water sources where they forage for insects. When fall arrives, they embark on their journey southward to their wintering grounds in Central and South America, making a round-trip flight of thousands of miles per year. And the exact routes and stopover locations of the Eastern Wood-Pewee's migration can vary, but generally they follow a south-southeastern trajectory. I can tell you that they do end up in Miami and in the Keys every fall, so you are sure to see one each year. I don't know where else they end up in Florida, but I know they always end up down here. So many Eastern Wood-Pewees are also likely cross-Gulf migrants, so they do cross the Gulf of Mexico, which is a significant feat for such a small bird. But I mean, think about the warblers. They're even smaller and they do the same thing. Those little birds were made and equipped with everything they need in order to make that flight. So as far as the size goes, like I said, they are a small bird, around 5.5 to 6.3 inches in length. And if you want to ID one of these birds, you can see in the photos here that they generally have like an olive gray upper plumage with a pale throat and breast. Their underparts are lighter with a slight yellowish tinge, and they have two distinct wing bars that can help distinguish them from the Eastern Phoebe. So yeah, that can sometimes help you distinguish them whenever you're having a hard time IDing whether it's an Eastern Phoebe or an Eastern Wood-Pewee, because the size is similar, the colors are similar, but the markings are different. So their primary call is distinctive. It's like a pee-a-wee song. It's like a nasally type song, which is often repeated several times in a row. The song can definitely help you identify them. So you can see here in this video, this one is calling and the other one is calling to it in the other video. So let's take a listen. So as you can see, the call is pretty distinctive. As far as habitat goes, they do prefer deciduous mixed woodlands, particularly, areas with streams or ponds near water, tall trees. I always notice them, definitely in foresty areas, kind of the edge of the forest on top of snags. It's usually where I see them, or I'll see them perched in a branch and swooping down, catching insects and stuff like that. And as far as their diet goes, they will feed on flying insects like flies, moths, beetles, ants, wasps, butterflies, houseflies, mosquitoes, grasshoppers, and crickets. Lots of different flying insects, bees, all that good stuff. So they'll swoop down and they'll feed by swooping off their perch, and then they'll return back to the same spot. So as far as nesting goes, they will build a cup-shaped nest on horizontal branches in the canopy of trees. Their nests are often constructed of materials like grass, plant fibers, spider silk, which makes it resilient and flexible. So that's pretty good. That's pretty resourceful if you think about it. That's very smart of them. Their range, like I said, is in North America generally for breeding, and in wintertime, they're going to be going south to South and Central America. And their behavior, like I said, you're going to see them up on snags, swooping down, catching insects, returning to their perch. That's pretty much what you're going to see them doing. I've noticed they are pretty shy and they don't seem to like people. If they see me watching them, they will fly away. So try to keep your distance. They don't seem like they tolerate people very well, versus like a palm warbler that will just hoppity right up to you. So yeah, these ones are very shy. And they do fall prey to predators like birds of prey, snakes, and other mammals. So as far as conservation goes, they're least concern on the conservation scale. We don't have to worry about those too much. Of course, deforestation can affect any bird, but for the most part, we don't really have to worry about these birds too much. Their populations are pretty good right now. So I hope you learned a little bit today about the Eastern Wood-Pewee, kind of how to identify it. I have a lot of different angles in these photos. The color, the song, you can really identify it well by that song. So let me know if you saw this bird during migration this year, or if you saw this bird in the breeding season in the summertime, and what you think about the Eastern Wood-Pewee. Thanks. Bye.